something that I found it fascinating in United States. I mean, I have been in United States around for like let's say 10 years, 9 years more or less. And something that was very interesting to me was how people were dealing with ADHD. And in the beginning, I didn't even know what it was about. I had never heard of it. And when people kept saying ADHD in the beginning, I said, what is that? And people say, well, you cannot, when you cannot focus, you want to study, but your thoughts, your brain goes all around everywhere. It's all over the place. And I say, yeah, okay, well, it's something normal. So what do you do about that? You say, well, um, you know, we get the treatment, we have the therapy. And I say, for what? They say, well, because so we can focus better. And I said, well, I mean, can you just focus? They say, well, that's a problem. We cannot focus. So if we cannot focus, how can we train focusing? And then I said, well, before that, I remember with one of my friends, we were practicing. He was a track and field runner, and I'm soccer player, and we were practicing running. Of course, he was way better than me in conditioning and stamina. And then he told me, let me tell you something. The best way to run faster is to run faster. And at a glance, I said, what was he talking about? I said, the best practice for running is running. Of course, there are some drills, some workouts, everything, but nothing is better than running for practicing running. I know it sounds ridiculous, but really it's very important lesson because, I mean, soccer also we say one soccer game is equivalent of 10 practice sessions. It is how important in order to be better soccer player, you have to play soccer. And practicing is always good, but nothing is as good as playing soccer for a soccer player to get better at playing soccer. I know it's as ridiculous and as clear as it sounds, but it's something very important. Same for the ADHD. Like, in order to focus better, you have to focus better. As simple as it sounds. You don't need therapy, you don't need medication, you don't need medicine. It's not like a cancer or something that, oh my God, that's the end of the world. There is no other way to treat that. And ADHD in the beginning, it's part of the childhood. And I didn't know even in United States because I was born and raised in Middle East. And when I was 23, I came to United States, and for me it was kind of crazy because I had passed already that stage, so I had no experience how people deal with those childhood problems in here. And in Iran, we didn't have any problem, but based on the description, I had ADHD like any other kid. Like, it's hard to focus exactly because studying is something hard and your brain doesn't want to do something hard. It's just natural. It's part of human nature that you enjoy doing some stuff that give you dopamine rather than stuff that are constructive and not necessarily fun. And for that reason, if we just say like it is part of the game, like we grew up with this mindset, I have to study because this is what I have to do, and I play video game because this is what I want to do. And in order to do what I have to do, I reward myself with something that I want to do afterward. So I said to myself, if I finish studying and let's say I get a good grade, then I'm gonna reward myself with doing this or that. So basically with this punishment and reward, also parenting is just like that. They give you reward. If you get a good grade, I give you bicycle. I buy you bicycle. If you don't get good grade, you're not gonna play your Nintendo, something like that. And that's how we fought ADHD because I had to convince myself like I have to do this thing and I have to focus on that. Because just only spending some time on doing something that you don't want to do, it doesn't mean you're gonna get it done. It's just you're wasting time. Like you're staring at the book but without reading one line of it. Because your brain is somewhere else. But if you say, if I finish that, if I take the quiz and test, if I get a good grade, then I'm gonna go watch my Netflix show or whatever. And it was interesting to me, something as simple as that, something clear as that. It's just with the rewarding punishment system, you could get it out of the queue, out of your problem, difficulties. Right now they are dealing with, oh, it is end of the world. Oh, my kids is suffering through with the ADHD, all those stuff, and hyperactivity. If you are not hyperactive, then what are you supposed to do? That's the part of the human nature when they are kids. So you are more active than when you are adult. This is, everything is part of the nature, like I said, but they're treating it as if it is something very chronicle, something very disturbing, something problematic. All they have to do is just a little more focus. And as I said, the best way to run faster is to try to run, but faster than last time. And slowly your body, like your muscles gonna be developed the way that it would be easier for you, because you upgrade yourself by running faster. So then running faster is gonna be just running for you. Then in order to run faster than upgraded version, then you have to push harder. More you push harder, push the boundary, more complete you're going to be, like let's say upgraded you're going to be. Just like a focus, it start with, let me focus, let me see if I can focus on finishing one sentence and then finishing two sentences. Let me see if I can do with one paragraph, two paragraphs, and let me see if I can focus for focus without interrupted, and focus and paying all my attention to reading one page fully without any interruption, without anything that could distract me. And after one page, two pages, and then one chapter, and so on. And then you study for 1 hour without being interrupted. But as long as your phone is next to you, your tablet is on the other side, and your PC is on, of course you have all the reason to not study, and your brain's going to go there. But if you turn all of them off, and no noise, no nothing, just only focusing on your task, then it won't be that hard. So I guess we are distracting ourselves, we are making life harder. So of course back in the day, because there was no, I don't know, like there was no phone, there was no headphones, there was no tablet, PlayStation, there was nothing else to think about rather than studying or doing the main mission. Like whole life was based on the main mission. But right now, with these advanced technologies, our life is basically doing side quests, and sometimes we focus on our main quest. Like for example, there was a time main quest for parents is parenting, right? And on the side job, they can do something fun together. But right now, parents, they are more selfish than ever, and they don't invest on their main task, which is parenting, but instead they care about their career, all the side quests. And so in this environment that we are focused on the side quest, of course it is hard to focus on the main task. This is as easy as it sounds. You don't need medication, you don't need therapy, you don't need any of them. You just need to try to focus and start slow with the small steps, and slowly grow it bigger. And one of the reason that you need in order to fight the ADHD is to take yourself seriously. Let's say everything that you are doing is just part of your habit, or you have to do, like it's like a studying or going to work. It is what I have to do. As long as you don't take yourself seriously, it's like your brain has the door open to all the ideas and thought. So ideas, random thoughts come and go. They come like, and you think about that, you process it and say, oh, let's forget about that. And then it goes away because you don't take yourself seriously. But if everything that you do, imagine you are a CEO, everything that you do should be calculated. It should be done professionally. Everything, even, as if you are a celebrity. When celebrities are going out, it's not like regular people going out. Regular people, even if they don't fix their hair, they don't iron their clothes or anything, even for example, your socks are not matched. Who cares? As long as you're not a celebrity. But if you're a celebrity and you know that the paparazzi are all around the place and they're gonna keep taking picture of that, so you know that if you make one simple mistake, if for example you start to scratch your ear, even they start to keep taking picture to sell it to their magazine, and it causes some not a panic, but makes you take everything seriously. Even your hand gesture, the way that you walk, the way that you look around, everything, your smile, because you're in front of camera, everyone is taking picture of you, so you have to take everything seriously. So in this scenario that you take everything seriously, what happened basically is you put a time management. You say, well, okay, because I'm important person, I'm CEO of my life. You have to be CEO of your life. It should be your mindset. And since you are CEO of your life, you cannot spend all the time on your phone, on your tablet, or talking with your friends, or watching Netflix. You know, like if you are not important person, you watch one episode and say, who cares, 2 episodes and 3 episodes, 4 episodes, you watch the whole season in one night. But if you're a CEO, every moment you have to be ready to do different tasks. So if you say one episode, it's one episode. You see like how important people, they take their time seriously. So if you do that, the ADHD automatically gonna be gone. Why? Because everything that you do, it's part of your plan. You don't do it because you're addicted to it, because you like it feels fun, or you have to do it. It's you're at school, going to school, taking tests, going to work. It's not out of obligation only, or it's just because it is fun. It's something that you have to do. It's part of your vision. You have to do it, but you want to do it. You already predicted it is part of your plan. In your journal, you start to write everything that you want to do that day. So if that happens, then thoughts cannot come and go easily. They cannot just go because you don't have time to think about them. Why? Because you're focusing on your stuff. How can you focus on stuff if you take it seriously? If you say, I have to study because after that, even the simplest thing that you do should be taken seriously. If you do that, then it's fine. Slowly you're gonna see ADHD is gone. If you take everything seriously, even the time that you spend on your phone, if you do it, and when the idea comes, distract you, you cannot focus on that. You say, wait, because you have something else to do right after. You don't have any time to waste. As long as you have time to waste, like you don't have any deadline, any limit for the time that you're spending on everything that you do during the day, as long as you can spend time as long as you want, ADHD is not going to go anywhere. It's going to be there. Because you can do this stuff forever. It can take, like you are playing PlayStation, let's say. It can take 1 hour, it can take 2 hours, it can take 3 hours. So if that's the case, you're not taking yourself seriously. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, doesn't matter. But if you're an important person, it matters because there are so many other stuff in the queue that you have to do them to get them out of the list. So you cannot spend forever on the video game. So that helps you to focus, because now I have limited time to play video games. Now I have to focus. So now that you are focusing on your video game, because it's only 1 hour, not more, you cannot extend it at all. So in that case, you take it more seriously and you try to enjoy it the most. I know that's why I remember some of my memories from my childhood even better and clearer than right now, like something that happened in past 6 months. And the reason is because that time I had limited sources. Like let's say my parents were taking me to amusement park once per year, 2 times per year, every other 6 months, something like that, right? And so I said, oh, today I better enjoy it the most, because the next time I'm gonna come back, it's gonna be 6 months. So I was focusing every time that I was getting into any rides or using any of those devices. I was enjoying any of, like a Dave and Buster stuff. I was using any of those platform devices or the rides. I was focusing. because I knew that I have to save the memory, because for 6 months this is all I have got, because I have limited time. But if every day I could go to amusement park, I wouldn't pay attention, therefore I couldn't enjoy it the most. So that's why, like, have the limited time for everything that you do, and convince yourself you are an important person, so you take yourself seriously. So if you said 1 hour talking to your friend is 1 hour, you have to go, even though something that you have to do afterward is not that important, to be honest, frankly. Like, it's kind of like posting something online. I mean, you can post it right now or next hour, but because you say I have to post it at 4 p.m., so I have to be back, that helps you when you are posting videos, when you are watching Netflix, when you are playing video games or talking with your friends, all of them, because they are limited. You cannot extend it. You focus, you have to focus to get it done on time, because there's something else awaiting afterward. That it helps you ADHD be gone. ADHD comes to your mind if your brain is open for any idea. Why? Because you don't take yourself seriously. If you take yourself seriously, if you have good time management, that automatically doesn't give any room for random idea to come in here, because you are locked into stuff like that. So in order to be locked into doing something without interrupting yourself with random thought, without distracting yourself, is to take yourself seriously. And in order to take yourself seriously, you have to have time management. You have to say, I have to do it in 1 hour, this in next hour. So because it has to be done in 1 hour, you do your best to get it done. And that helps you to fight your ADHD. No medication, no nothing. And funny thing is, if I'm not mistaken, something like Adderall, it's so crazy. Like, if right now you say, oh, I want Adderall, people look at you like you're talking about it like a serious drug, like a meth or something like that. But the moment that I say, I have prescription, oh, okay, bro, it's nothing big deal. I mean, if it is super heavy drug, dangerous drug, that without prescription, people are gonna look at you like you are a drug dealer, drug addict. But the moment that you show one paper, it is prescription. Oh, okay, that's fine. It cannot be both. Either it is serious drug or not. If it is serious drug, doesn't matter you have prescription or not. You have to be careful about how much you are taking it. So I think this is the best way you can battle it, because also if you get addicted to Adderall or those drugs, it's going to be there forever. But if you do it the way that I said, it's going to stay with you. Not only it's going to help with your ADHD, also it's going to help with your discipline, and you're going to be more successful person in entire your life. I hope you enjoy it. See you next time.